নমস্কার দর্শক বন্ধুরা, রেস স্পোর্টসের পর্দায় আপনাদের সকলকে স্বাগত। আমরা এখন রয়েছি যুবভারতী ক্রীড়াঙ্গনের ঠিক বাইরে। কিছুক্ষণ আগেই কিন্তু ইস্টবেঙ্গল অসাধারণ একটা প্রত্যাবর্তন ঘটিয়ে 4-2 গোলে হারিয়ে দিয়েছে পাঞ্জাব এফসিকে। প্রথমার্ধে তারা 0-2 গোলে পিছিয়ে পড়লেও দ্বিতীয়ার্ধে কিন্তু দারুণ একটা কামব্যাক করলো দল। দ্বিতীয়ার্ধে কিন্তু 4টি গোল করলো ইস্টবেঙ্গল এবং স্বাভাবিকভাবেই খুবই খুশি ইস্টবেঙ্গল হেড কোচ অস্কার ব্রুজো। তিনি কিন্তু বলছেন যে প্রথমার্ধের শেষে তিনি ফুটবলারদের একটাই কথা বলেছিলেন যে এইভাবে যদি তারা ফুটবল খেলেন তাহলে কিন্তু দ্বিতীয়ার্ধে পাঞ্জাব আরও গোল করবে, তাদেরকে কিন্তু অ্যাটাক বাড়াতে হবে এবং সেটাই কিন্তু ইস্টবেঙ্গলের যারা ফুটবলাররা তারা কিন্তু দ্বিতীয়ার্ধে করলেন এবং দ্বিতীয়ার্ধে অসামান্য একটা ফুটবল উপহার দিল ইস্টবেঙ্গল দল। আর এই জয়ের ফলে ইস্টবেঙ্গল কিন্তু 10 পয়েন্টে চলে গেল এবং স্বাভাবিকভাবেই ম্যাচের পরে অস্কার ব্রুজো একটাই কথা বললেন যে এই লড়াইটাই তিনি চেয়েছিলেন, কারণ অনেক ফুটবলার নেই, চোটের জন্য দিমান্তাকোস নেই, সল ক্রেসপো নেই, তালাল নেই, তারপরেও কিন্তু ইস্টবেঙ্গল দল ম্যাচটা জিতলো। এবং সঙ্গে তিনি এটাও বললেন যে এই জয়টা তাদের ধরে রাখতে হবে। এরপরেই কিন্তু জামশেদপুর ম্যাচ, সেই ম্যাচেও কিন্তু তিনি চাইছেন যে দল এভাবেই একটা আক্রমণাত্মক ফুটবল খেলুক, কারণ তিনি নিজেও বলছেন যে আমি সবসময় আক্রমণাত্মক ফুটবল খেলানোটাই পছন্দ করি এবং ছেলেরা সেটা যে শুনেছে এবং যারা সুযোগ পেয়েছে তারা যে নিজেদের দ্বিতীয়ার্ধে নিজেদের সেরাটা উজাড় করে দিয়েছে সেটাই বড় কথা। পাশাপাশি আজকে কিন্তু দেখা গেল যে একেবারে ম্যাচের শেষে হুইল চেয়ারে বার করা হলো নাওরেম মাহেশ সিংকে। তিনি যদিও বললেন যে নাওরেমের চোটটা তেমন বড় নয়, প্রথমার্ধের শেষ দিকে নাওরেমের কিন্তু মাথায় আঘাত লাগে, সেই জন্যই তাকে প্রিকশনের জন্য তুলে নেওয়া হয়েছিল এবং তিনি বলছেন যে তিনি আশাবাদী যে নাওরেম হয়তো আর 1-2 দিনের মধ্যেই পুরোদমে অনুশীলন করতে পারবেন এবং নাওরেমের চোট নিয়ে তিনি খুব একটা চিন্তিত নন, সেটাও কিন্তু তার কথায় পরিষ্কার। সঙ্গে সঙ্গে তিনি বলেন যে দিমান্তাকোসকে হয়তো দ্বিতীয়ার্ধে কিছুক্ষণ হলেও খেলানো যেতে পারতো, কিন্তু যদি তিনি আবার চোট পেতেন তাহলে হয়তো পরবর্তী 2-3টে ম্যাচের জন্য তিনি ছিটকে যেতে পারতেন। সেই জন্যই কিন্তু তিনি অতিরিক্ত যে ঝুঁকি সেটা নেননি, আর তিনি খুশি যে দিমান্তাকোস ছাড়াই দল এত ভালো ফুটবল খেলে জিতেছে। চলুন কোচ অস্কার ব্রুজো কী বললেন তার মুখ থেকেই একবার শুনে নেওয়া যাক।
It was very upsetting, the performance on the first half. I feel that we were inferior to them. They were better in all the areas, in all the sectors, in all the actions and in all the positions. So we were looking like a rival who didn't even want to put a fight today. The reality is that I elevated the tone in the halftime because it's a shame playing again at home with all the supporters that they didn't even shout on us. They just understood that we are maybe facing adversity. So at some point in the halftime I told the players that if we continue doing this poor performance, they were gonna stay on the pitch for 90 minutes because it's not fair even for the substitutes coming to the pitch with such a poor performance. After the talk, the second half, everything changed in all the sectors, in all the areas, in all the positions and in all the actions. I saw a different East Bengal. So the problem was not a tactical problem, the problem was not missing the foreigners, it was a problem of belief, of courage and attitude. So after such a bad first half, I think that I need to praise my players because in the second half they play like lions in every action. And I think that if you see the stats of the game and the key points I just saw in the dressing room, you will realize that in the second half our attitude, our fouls, our duels, everything was different. So I'm happy that I could do the substitutions. We could count with some of the home guys, local guys that were practicing with us in the last weeks. So today I think that is a beautiful story of a comeback of East Bengal and in line with the history of our club. Yeah, it's true. It's true. One of the problems that I told you is the sectors of the pitch. In the first half, as I told you, our players were just shadows of the actions of the game, especially on the wings. That's another thought that we have in the halftime, that they were making triangles with the ball, circulating the ball, playing very easy, and the statistics say that we only made 2 fouls in the first half when we were not having the Lions possession. We were not having control in central areas. Another point that helped the team is that Clayton started to play more deep to help the central midfielders, and when you have more control on the central areas, the outside players get the benefit of that. So this is exactly what happened with Bruzon in the second half. When we found a little bit more control in the central areas, Vishnu in the one-against-one actions against the right back of Punjab. I think that yes, he was differential and one of the key points for making effective the comeback. The reason of the substitution of Mahesh is a hit on the back of the head, so he loses a little bit his conscious, and in the halftime suddenly he asked what happened. I don't remember about that action, so that was the reason of the change of Mahesh and the coming in of Vishnu. Anyway, I also need to say that Vishnu today was a trump card for us. We wanted him to make the difference in the second half, but with the circumstances of the first half, at some point I was thinking that it was gonna be too late to use Vishnu. But yeah, the injury of Mahesh is nothing serious, and I think he's having now a headache, but I think that from tomorrow he's gonna be okay. Myself, an attacking coach, I'm always, every day telling that my idea of the game is always creating more chances than the opponent. So I'm not gonna come here to try to win games 1-0, 0-1, 0-0. We want to take the risk to win games. So if we are minimizing risk, being scared and favoring our team defense, is that we are not understanding what we are doing. I like sharp players, I want confidence, it's clear that the football in India is a lot based on transitions, so on that is what we are working, and one day I hope that we are a dominating force. We can have a 70% of possession and play in opponent half the most part of the game, but probably it's difficult to do it here because, well, still there are a lot of players that need to develop all that talents to be a more dominating force. The second half is the foundation of what we are doing in the last few weeks, so there is nothing different. What is the exception?
Don't you think it is a huge relief for you that your dugout is performing well? David is the first time he is not only scoring goal, he has got the man of the match award, and Vishnu is just differentiating between two teams. Don't you think it's a huge relief for you?
When we plan every game, we need to have very clear how to start the game and how to finish the game. The difference is that sometimes you need to be more holding. In the last part of the game, we need to push more holding players. Nishu was doing that work. And Clayton and David that were tired, we put players for the counter-attacks that were going on in the last 10 minutes. The game was very vertical, so this is the reason why we use Aman and Sayan. Opposite. If the result is not good, you need to play more attacking players. So in our plan, we always try to visualize what can happen on the game, how we can reach the final stages of the game, and the power of the bench, the depth of our squad is very important for that, right? Yeah, absolutely. Dim is a key player for us, the same way as Talal was a key player, and Saul also, and Jackson. So in the moment we start recovering players from the injuries that they have, the team is gonna get more strong. And Dimi, if today it was a final game of the season, probably he could have enjoyed some minutes, but the risk was very high to play minutes and miss him for the next two games. So I hope that from the next practice tomorrow, Dimi joins the group and slowly he has the feelings of trying to help the team in our next game here on Saturday.
What is the status of Talal? Have you got the reports?
Probably in the next pre-match conference, I will have the full information from the club. The injury of Talal, we all know that is a serious injury, but to give the details, please allow me a couple of days. I don't find any secret on this. Clayton, we were always announcing that he's a proven player. He has been maximum scorer in probably a couple of leagues and more than 3-4 seasons, and with the problems that we are having, especially with the attacking players, I think that Clayton today, especially in the second half, he was one of the players also making the difference, helping the midfielders, having that control that we didn't have in the first half. And today Clayton showed that for this team he's more important than just one striker. He's the captain, and well, he understood that in the second half we need to bring up our game, and he was helping to control also the central areas. I have a very clear message to the fans today. As I was talking previously in this press conference, it's unbelievable that with the poor first 45 minutes of the game, they were on the side of the team. So our fans deserve everything, and we want to give back good episodes of football like what happened today, especially in the second half. If that can help to get them excited and to bring more on to be proud of this team, we are going to be always the proudest people and to have them happy. And I think that today there is a lot of reasons for them to go home and enjoy a beautiful night. Thank you.
যুবভারতী ক্রীড়াঙ্গন থেকে শুভম মণ্ডলের সঙ্গে আমি সৌম্যজিৎ দে, প্রেস স্পোর্টস।